The hip-hop world is in absolute turmoil tonight as Kendrick Lamar once again proves why he's untouchable on the awards stage. Fans, critics, and even fellow artists are buzzing after another night where Kendrick swept major categories, leaving jaws on the floor and sparking chaos among Drake's fanbase. What many expected to be a close competition turned into a showcase of Kendrick's unparalleled artistry, lyrical genius, and cultural influence, cementing his legacy as one of the most dominant figures in modern hip-hop. The energy at the awards ceremony was electric. From the moment Kendrick took the stage, it was clear that the night belonged to him. His performances weren't just songs. They were high-octane displays of creativity, storytelling, and raw emotion that had the audience hanging on every word and gesture. Fans flooded social media, sharing clips of his speeches, award acceptances, and electrifying live performances. Within minutes, hashtags began trending worldwide, highlighting both admiration for Kendrick and frustration from Drake supporters who had expected a more balanced outcome. Critics and analysts were quick to weigh in, noting that Kendrick's sweep wasn't just about winning awards, it was about domination. Every element of his presentation, from musical arrangements to visual storytelling and public statements, reinforced his status as a cultural icon. Observers pointed out that Kendrick's ability to combine artistic excellence with strategic cultural influence sets him apart, creating a level of dominance that few artists in any era achieve. Meanwhile, Drake fans expressed shock and disbelief, with online forums and comment sections filled with debates, arguments, and viral memes reflecting the intensity of the reaction. The fan chaos isn't just online. Social media reactions captured the raw emotion of the moment. Clips of screaming fans, live reactions, and heated debates about Kendrick's dominance versus Drake's legacy flooded Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Analysts noted that this level of public response underscores the cultural weight of Kendrick's achievements. Every award, every recognition, and every performance serves not only as validation of his talent, but also as a statement about his enduring influence in hip-hop and beyond. What makes this moment even more significant is the context of the rivalry. Drake has long been a dominant figure in the genre, consistently setting streaming records, breaking charts, and maintaining an enormous fan base. Yet tonight, Kendrick's sweep sent a clear message. Artistry, cultural relevance, and innovation can outshine even the most commercially successful acts. Fans are debating endlessly. Was it the lyrical genius, the storytelling, or the overall cultural impact that gave Kendrick the edge? The answer, most agree, is a combination of all three. Kendrick's wins have sparked broader conversations about the evolution of hip-hop. Observers note that his success reflects a shift in the industry, where narrative, creativity, and social commentary hold as much weight as commercial metrics. Meanwhile, Drake supporters scramble to process the outcome, with memes, reaction videos, and viral commentary highlighting the shock and disbelief of seeing their favorite artist eclipsed on such a public stage. Tonight isn't just another awards ceremony, it's a defining moment. Kendrick's dominance serves as a reminder that innovation, authenticity, and vision continue to shape the trajectory of hip-hop. Fans, critics, and industry insiders alike are witnessing a cultural milestone, one that will be dissected, celebrated, and debated for years to come. The question now isn't whether Kendrick deserves this level of dominance. It's how the industry, fans, and even Drake will respond moving forward. Every award, performance, and viral reaction adds to the legend, and the chaos among Drake supporters only reinforces Kendrick's unprecedented influence in the modern era of hip-hop. As Part 1 begins, the fallout from Kendrick Lamar's sweeping victories at the award ceremony is already shaking the hip-hop world to its core. The night was expected to be competitive, with Drake and Kendrick both in contention for multiple awards, yet what unfolded was a clear demonstration of Kendrick's dominance. Fans, critics, and industry insiders alike are dissecting every moment, from his electrifying performances to his acceptance speeches, trying to understand how Kendrick once again outshone one of the biggest names in music today. This isn't just a win for Kendrick. It's a statement about artistry, cultural relevance, and the evolving power dynamics in hip-hop. The ceremony began with high anticipation, as fans eagerly awaited performances from both Kendrick and Drake. From the very first act, it became apparent that Kendrick had elevated the evening to a spectacle that blurred the line between performance and storytelling. His set was meticulously choreographed, blending intricate visual elements, powerful lighting, and stage design that amplified the thematic depth of his music. Each song felt like a narrative, carrying both emotional weight and cultural commentary. The audience's reaction was immediate and visceral: cheers, standing ovations, and viral moments captured on phones across the arena. Social media exploded within minutes, as clips of Kendrick's performance began trending globally, with millions sharing, commenting, and reacting to every verse and movement. Meanwhile, the awards themselves highlighted Kendrick's sweeping influence. He walked away with multiple major accolades, including Best Album, Best Lyricist, and Best Cultural Impact. Each win was met with a mix of jubilation from his fans and shock from Drake supporters, who struggled to process how their favorite artist had been outshined. Analysts noted that Kendrick's victories were not merely about artistic merit. They reflected a broader acknowledgement of his cultural significance, his ability to shape conversations within and beyond hip-hop, and his commitment to innovation in music. This combination of artistry and influence sets him apart from his contemporaries, positioning him as a figure whose impact goes far beyond the stage. Critics were quick to weigh in on the event, praising Kendrick's performance and his continued relevance in an era where commercial success often overshadows artistry. They highlighted his ability to maintain authenticity while delivering music that resonates across demographics and cultures. Analysts pointed out that Kendrick's command over both lyrical content and presentation makes him a rare force in the industry, one capable of dominating awards, influencing emerging artists, and setting cultural trends. The contrast between Kendrick's recognition and Drake's perceived slight only added fuel to the discussion, with heated debates emerging online about who truly represents hip-hop's current apex. Fan reactions online were equally intense. On platforms like Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, millions of fans dissected every detail, from Kendrick's stage presence to the nuances in his verses. Hashtags such as #KendrickDominates and #DrakeFansReact began trending, reflecting the polarized emotions that the evening inspired. While some fans celebrated Kendrick's artistic brilliance, others expressed frustration, disappointment, or social media quickly became a battlefield of opinions, reactions, and analysis, demonstrating how modern awards ceremonies extend far beyond the physical stage into digital culture. Inside the music industry, the impact of Kendrick's wins was being felt immediately. Fellow artists and collaborators praised his innovation, creativity, and ability to command attention while maintaining artistic integrity. Some industry insiders suggested that Kendrick's dominance would influence how future albums are produced, marketed, and presented, particularly in terms of narrative cohesion, visual integration, and thematic depth. There's a growing recognition that Kendrick isn't just a performer, he's a trendsetter whose creative decisions set new benchmarks for excellence in hip-hop. This realization has sparked conversations among producers, managers, and executives about how to adapt to a landscape increasingly shaped by artists who combine technical mastery with cultural vision. For Drake's supporters, the night was a shockwave. Known for his commercial dominance, streaming records, and consistent chart-topping releases, Drake's fanbase struggled to reconcile Kendrick's sweep with expectations. The contrast between streaming success and critical recognition highlighted the ongoing tension between commercial metrics and artistic influence in the modern music industry. Online forums exploded with debates about merit, cultural impact, and fan loyalty, illustrating just how passionate audiences are when two major hip-hop icons collide on such a public stage. The debate wasn't merely about who won the night, but about broader questions of artistic legacy, influence, and the evolving definition of success in hip-hop. Even beyond the fan base, the night sparked conversations about the evolution of hip-hop itself. Analysts highlighted that Kendrick's dominance reflects a shift in what is valued in the genre. Narrative depth, cultural relevance, and innovation are now as influential as streaming numbers or radio play. His sweep demonstrates that hip-hop is not solely about commercial metrics. It's about artistry, vision, and the ability to capture the cultural moment. For younger artists, Kendrick's performance and recognition serve as both inspiration and a roadmap for how to combine creative ambition with strategic execution. Part 1 closes with one undeniable truth. Kendrick Lamar is operating on a level that few can match. His domination at the awards ceremony is a testament not only to his talent, but to his understanding of cultural influence, audience engagement, and artistic evolution. Fans, critics, and industry professionals alike are left in awe, dissecting the night for its lessons, its drama, and its implications for the future of hip-hop. The stage is set for an ongoing debate. Will Drake respond in future releases, or will Kendrick's dominance define the narrative of this era? Either way, hip-hop has witnessed a defining moment, one that will be remembered as a showcase of skill, influence, and the power of artistry to shift cultural perception on a global scale. As Part 2 unfolds, the impact of Kendrick Lamar's sweeping wins at the award continues to dominate conversations in the music industry and online communities alike. Fans, critics, and fellow artists are dissecting every detail of his performances, award speeches, and the strategic moves that solidified his dominance over Drake's fanbase. What is becoming increasingly clear is that Kendrick's success is not just about winning trophies. It's about shaping cultural narratives, asserting artistic authority, and redefining what it means to dominate in hip-hop today. The performances themselves were a masterclass in precision, creativity, and audience engagement. From the moment Kendrick stepped on stage, it was evident that his focus extended far beyond simply performing his hits. Every visual element, lighting cue, and choreography choice contributed to a larger narrative, creating a full sensory experience that left the audience enthralled. Each track became a story, combining lyrical complexity with high-energy delivery, capturing both the attention and the imagination of viewers worldwide. Analysts noted that this level of immersive performance reflects a deeper understanding of modern entertainment, one where music, visuals, and storytelling are inseparable. Meanwhile, the awards themselves highlighted the scope of Kendrick's influence. He took home multiple major accolades, ranging from Best Album to Best Lyricist and Best Cultural Impact. Each award underscored not only his technical skill, but also his ability to resonate with audiences on a personal and societal level. Critics emphasize that these wins reflect more than popularity. They showcase a mastery of narrative, innovation, and cultural commentary that few artists achieve. In contrast, Drake's supporters expressed shock, disappointment, and frustration online, creating a social media firestorm that highlighted just how much of an impact Kendrick's sweep had on public perception. Online reactions became a phenomenon in themselves. Within minutes, clips of Kendrick's speeches, performances, and emotional reactions went viral, generating millions of views across TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter. Fans dissected every lyric, every flow change, and every visual choice, sparking debates about the depth and significance of his artistry. Hashtags like #KendrickDominates, #DrakeFansReact, and #HipHopChaos trended globally, demonstrating that the event had transcended the awards ceremony itself and entered the broader cultural consciousness. Memes, reaction videos, and fan compilations only amplified the conversation, blending humor, awe, and critical analysis into a collective reflection on the night's events. The rivalry between Kendrick and Drake has long been a point of fascination in hip-hop culture, but this awards night intensified it to unprecedented levels. Drake has dominated charts, streaming platforms, and commercial spaces for over a decade, and his fanbase expected a close contest. Kendrick's sweeping victories, however, challenged the perception that commercial success equates to cultural dominance. Analysts noted that while Drake maintains massive influence in terms of streaming and sales, Kendrick's recognition represents a more nuanced appreciation of artistry, vision, and long-term cultural impact. This tension sparked debates across social media, highlighting how metrics of success in hip-hop are evolving. Industry insiders also highlighted the strategic brilliance behind Kendrick's dominance. Every performance, collaboration, and public appearance leading up to the awards appeared carefully curated to maximize impact. From timing releases to selecting visuals that reinforce thematic messaging, Kendrick demonstrated a mastery of both artistic expression and audience engagement. This strategy not only secured his victories but also positioned him as a trendsetter, influencing how emerging artists approach both the creative and business aspects of the industry. His success serves as a blueprint for combining artistry, influence, and strategic planning in a highly competitive space. Critics and fans alike also focused on the cultural resonance of Kendrick's work. His music addresses social, political, and personal themes, giving it weight beyond entertainment. The awards night highlighted how hip-hop can serve as a platform for meaning. Kendrick reaffirmed the idea that innovation and narrative depth are as valuable as chart performance or streaming numbers. This reinforces the notion that the genre is evolving, and artists who balance creativity with cultural relevance will continue to dominate both awards and audiences. Meanwhile, Drake supporters continue to express disbelief, generating a mix of frustration, analysis, and meme content across social media platforms. The discussions range from comparing lyrical styles to debating cultural relevance, highlighting the passionate investment of fans in these two iconic figures. The stark contrast between Kendrick's critical acclaim and Drake's commercial dominance ignited a broader conversation about what constitutes true success in modern hip-hop, emphasizing that awards and recognition often carry a symbolic weight beyond mere statistics. Part 2 illustrates that Kendrick's award sweep is far more than a personal triumph. It is a cultural moment that redefines perceptions of artistic dominance. The combination of immersive performances, strategic planning, and profound lyrical content demonstrates a level of mastery that few artists achieve. Fans, critics, and industry professionals are all witnessing a defining chapter in hip-hop history, one where artistic vision, influence, and cultural resonance intersect to create a moment that will be remembered for years. As the conversation continues, the question remains, how will Drake respond to this level of dominance? And how will the industry shift in the wake of Kendrick's influence? One thing is certain, the events of this night have set a new standard, proving that in hip-hop, artistry, innovation, and cultural impact can triumph even in the face of immense commercial power. As Part 3 begins, the aftermath of Kendrick Lamar's sweeping victories continues to ripple throughout the music industry, leaving both fans and critics analyzing every detail. Kendrick's dominance at the awards ceremony was not just a personal achievement. It was a statement about artistry, vision, and cultural relevance. The contrast between his success and the reactions of Drake's fanbase highlights an ongoing debate about what truly defines influence in hip-hop today. Chart-topping streams, commercial success, or the ability to shape cultural narratives and inspire discussion on a global scale. Kendrick's performances on the night were a masterclass in showmanship and artistry. Each track was executed with precision, combining intricate choreography, elaborate stage design, and cinematic lighting to create an immersive experience. Critics were quick to note that Kendrick's approach is not just about music. It's about storytelling and cultural resonance. His live renditions of award-winning tracks conveyed emotion, narrative depth, and artistic intent, reminding audiences that hip-hop is not only a commercial enterprise but also a medium for expression, commentary, and social reflection. Fans immediately shared clips online, creating viral moments that dominated social media feeds, trending across platforms like TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter. These online interactions amplified the event's cultural significance, turning it from an awards ceremony into a global discussion. The fan reaction was immediate and polarizing. Kendrick's supporters celebrated the recognition of his artistry, praising not only the wins but the performances, the speeches, and the carefully curated presentation of his music. Memes, viral reaction videos, and fan analyses flooded social media, reflecting both admiration and excitement. Meanwhile, Drake fans expressed shock, disbelief, and even frustration, struggling to reconcile their expectations with the reality of Kendrick's dominance. Online comment sections became battlegrounds of debate, discussing lyrical skill, cultural impact, and artistic influence. This dichotomy underscored how high the stakes have become in the rivalry between two of hip-hop's most influential figures, and how fandom itself has become a central part of the conversation. Critics highlighted the strategic brilliance behind Kendrick's sweep. Every element of the night, from his stage presence to his award acceptances, seemed meticulously planned to maximize cultural impact. His ability to combine artistry, technical mastery, and public perception showcases a level of sophistication that few artists reach. Industry insiders suggest that Kendrick's approach sets a precedent for how artists can leverage both their craft and their visibility to shape not only their legacy, but also the broader discourse within the genre. By blending narrative cohesion, innovative production, and social engagement, Kendrick has created a model for success that goes far beyond awards alone. Lyrically, Kendrick continues to reinforce why he dominates the hip-hop conversation. His verses blend personal reflection, social commentary, and creative wordplay, making every track both entertaining and meaningful. Fans dissected lines for their nuance, meaning, and relevance, creating discussions that extended beyond the music itself into larger conversations about culture, identity, and artistic responsibility. Analysts pointed out that Kendrick's lyrical dexterity is not just about technique. It's about storytelling that resonates across demographics, making him an influential voice both inside and outside the music industry. Meanwhile, the industry's response reflected the larger implications of Kendrick's victories. Fellow artists, producers, and executives recognized the statement he had made. Commercial success alone does not guarantee cultural dominance. Kendrick's achievements underscored the importance of artistic innovation, authenticity, and engagement with fans in shaping an enduring legacy. Emerging artists have taken note, observing that Kendrick's approach combines creativity, strategy, and timing to elevate both the music and its cultural impact. This influence is likely to ripple through future projects, encouraging a generation of artists to prioritize originality and meaningful storytelling alongside commercial performance. Social media magnified the tension between Kendrick and Drake supporters, turning the awards night into a cultural phenomenon. Viral videos, reaction threads, and memes proliferated as fans debated the outcome, comparing streaming numbers, lyrical skill, and overall influence. The event illustrated how modern fandom intersects with digital culture, where online platforms amplify every reaction and transform personal opinions into global trends. Observers noted that the engagement itself is a reflection of Kendrick's impact. He doesn't just perform. He provokes thought, sparks discussion, and drives cultural interaction. Beyond the awards themselves, Kendrick's influence extends into conversations about the evolution of hip-hop. Analysts argue that his dominance represents a shift toward valuing narrative depth, creative innovation, and cultural relevance over mere commercial achievement. The evening reinforced the idea that true artistry in hip-hop is measured not just by sales and streams, but by the ability to influence culture, challenge norms, and inspire both fans and peers alike. In doing so, Kendrick has solidified his status as not only an award-winning artist but a cultural leader whose work will continue to shape the genre for years to come. Part 3 ultimately demonstrates that Kendrick Lamar's sweep is about more than trophies. It is a defining moment. Fans, critics, and industry professionals are witnessing an artist at the peak of his creative powers, setting a standard for both performance and cultural influence. The night's events underscore the shifting dynamics in the music industry, where artistry, innovation, and narrative mastery increasingly define dominance. As debates rage online and analyses continue, one thing is certain: Kendrick's impact is profound, and his legacy as a transformative figure in hip-hop is firmly cemented. The ongoing discussions also raise questions about the future. How will Drake respond creatively? How will the industry adapt to this evolving definition of success? And how will fans continue to engage with the music and the culture surrounding these two icons? Kendrick's dominance has set the stage for a dramatic evolution in hip-hop, and the story is far from over. As Part 4 unfolds, the full cultural impact of Kendrick Lamar's sweeping victories is becoming undeniable. Beyond the awards, performances, and viral moments, Kendrick's dominance represents a broader shift in the way hip-hop is perceived, consumed, and celebrated. This isn't just a story of one artist winning multiple accolades. It's a testament to how narrative, innovation, and strategic artistry can eclipse even the most commercially successful rivals. In this case, Drake. The aftermath of the awards has sparked intense discussion across social media, the music industry, and fan communities, highlighting the depth of Kendrick's influence. From a performance perspective, Kendrick's stagecraft was unparalleled. Each song was presented as a narrative, meticulously structured to convey not just the lyrics but the emotion and cultural context behind them. The combination of lighting, choreography, and visual effects created a cinematic experience, turning the awards stage into a platform for storytelling. Critics noted that Kendrick's ability to transform his performances into immersive narratives elevates him beyond the role of entertainer. He becomes a cultural commentator and a visionary artist. His presence on stage commanded attention, eliciting standing ovations and viral moments that quickly spread across TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter. These moments were dissected by fans and analysts alike, reflecting the layers of thought, preparation, and artistry behind every detail. The lyrical depth of Kendrick's work played a central role in his sweep. His verses balance introspection, social commentary, and creative wordplay, allowing listeners to engage with his music on multiple levels. Analysts highlighted that his storytelling connects with both personal and societal experiences, giving weight and relevance to his artistry. Tracks that delve into generational issues, systemic challenges, and personal reflection resonate deeply, creating emotional and intellectual connections that extend far beyond the awards night. Fans engaged in extensive discussions, analyzing lines, referencing historical context, and comparing Kendrick's storytelling to both contemporary and past legends of hip-hop. Meanwhile, Drake's fanbase was left grappling with the stark contrast between commercial dominance and cultural recognition. Drake's global streaming numbers, chart-topping singles, and broad fan support make him a titan of the industry. Yet Kendrick's recognition proves that influence cannot be measured by numbers alone. Social media became a battlefield, with fans posting reactions ranging from disappointment to analytical debates. Memes circulated rapidly, comparing Kendrick's artistry and stage presence to Drake's commercial performance, fueling discussions about what constitutes true dominance in hip-hop. Observers noted that this tension reflects a broader evolution in the genre, where cultural impact and artistic innovation are increasingly valued alongside commercial success. Industry insiders also praised the strategic execution behind Kendrick's sweep. Every element, from the timing of releases to curated collaborations, visual presentation, and public persona, demonstrated a mastery of both creative expression and audience engagement. Analysts suggest that Kendrick's ability to combine artistry with strategy sets a new benchmark for modern hip-hop artists. By carefully aligning musical innovation, narrative depth, and cultural resonance, he ensures that his work is not only recognized by awards committees, but also leaves a lasting impact on fans, peers, and the industry at large. This approach represents a new model for how artists can achieve both critical and cultural success. The collaborative aspect of Kendrick's recent work further strengthens his position. By working with both established icons and emerging talents, he demonstrates an understanding of how to amplify creativity and influence through partnership. These collaborations are thoughtfully executed, with each feature complementing his vision and expanding the narrative scope of the project. Industry observers argue that this method of collaboration reinforces Kendrick's role as a trendsetter, showing that innovation and mentorship can coexist as Part 5 begins. The reverberations from Kendrick Lamar's dominating performance at the award ceremony have settled into something far bigger than the event itself. What transpired isn't just a collection of trophy wins or viral moments. It's a crystallization of Kendrick's status as a cultural and artistic powerhouse. The impact on Drake's fanbase, the music industry, and the broader hip-hop community underscores a central truth. Kendrick's blend of artistry, strategy, and cultural influence is reshaping the genre in real time. Fans, critics, and industry professionals alike are dissecting what his sweep means for the future of hip-hop. Kendrick's performances during the awards were a masterclass in narrative and spectacle. Each song was carefully constructed to convey emotion, social commentary, and artistic depth, making the stage a platform for storytelling as much as musical entertainment. The lighting, choreography, and set design amplified the themes in his lyrics, creating an immersive experience that resonated across multiple senses. Analysts noted that this level of cohesion between music and visuals is rare in mainstream hip-hop, signaling Kendrick's evolution into not just a performer but a cultural visionary. Clips of his performances quickly went viral on social media, with millions of fans reacting in real time, further cementing his impact. Lyrically, Kendrick's work continues to elevate the conversation around hip-hop as an art form. Each track blends introspection, social commentary, and creative wordplay, inviting listeners to engage deeply with the content. Lines addressing systemic issues, generational challenges, and personal growth resonate with diverse audiences, creating both emotional and intellectual engagement. Critics have praised Kendrick for balancing complex themes with accessible storytelling, proving that mainstream appeal and artistic depth can coexist. Fans dissected every verse, generating online discussions and analyses that extended the cultural conversation beyond the awards night itself. Drake supporters were left scrambling in the aftermath, shocked by the scale of Kendrick's dominance. While Drake has long been celebrated for his commercial achievements and global popularity, Kendrick's sweep highlighted that influence cannot be measured purely in streams or sales. Social media erupted with debates comparing lyrical skill, cultural impact, and artistic vision, emphasizing the tension between commercial success and critical recognition. Memes, viral reactions, and fan analyses reflected the passionate engagement of audiences invested in the rivalry, while also demonstrating how fandom has become a central part of hip-hop culture. The strategic planning behind Kendrick's recognition cannot be overlooked. From careful release timing to the selection of collaborators, every element appeared calculated to maximize both cultural and artistic impact. By pairing innovative production with thought-provoking lyrics and strategic visibility, Kendrick demonstrated an understanding of how to shape public perception while elevating the genre. Industry insiders have noted that his approach serves as a model for emerging artists, showing that success requires both creativity and strategy in equal measure. This combination of innovation, timing, and cultural awareness reinforces Kendrick's status as a leader in modern hip-hop. Collaboration also played a key role in the evening's narrative. Kendrick's ability to work seamlessly with established artists and rising stars amplifies the scope of his influence. These collaborations are not superficial. They serve as extensions of his artistic vision, creating tracks that are musically diverse while maintaining cohesion. Analysts suggest that this approach elevates not only Kendrick's artistry but also the genre itself, encouraging other artists to rethink the possibilities of collaboration in both creative and strategic terms. By fostering innovation and mentoring emerging talent, Kendrick ensures that his impact extends beyond his own work. Social media has magnified the cultural weight of Kendrick's sweep, transforming the awards night into a global event. Fans dissected performances, lyrics, and speeches, creating viral moments that fueled discussion, analysis, and debate. Platforms like TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter became arenas for reaction, humor, and critique, highlighting the interconnectedness of modern fandom and digital culture. Kendrick's influence extends beyond music. It's a cultural phenomenon where audience engagement drives perception, dialogue, and narrative, reinforcing his position as a transformative figure. Critics have also emphasized the broader implications of Kendrick's achievements. His victories signify a shift in the way hip-hop defines dominance, emphasizing artistry, cultural resonance, and innovative storytelling over mere commercial success. This evolution encourages artists to prioritize creativity, narrative depth, and meaningful engagement with audiences, signaling a generational shift in both production and consumption. Kendrick's dominance demonstrates that true influence in hip-hop comes from a combination of skill, vision, and cultural relevance. Part 5 underscores that Kendrick Lamar's sweep is more than a personal triumph. It's a defining moment in modern hip-hop. His mastery of performance, lyricism, collaboration, and digital engagement sets a new standard for artists worldwide. Fans, critics, and industry professionals are witnessing an artist at the peak of his creative powers, reshaping expectations and redefining what it means to dominate in the genre. Ultimately, Kendrick's achievements reinforce that modern hip-hop rewards vision, innovation, and cultural impact alongside commercial success. The conversation sparked among fans, the debates over artistic merit, and the viral moment created across social media all point to a singular conclusion. Kendrick Lamar is not simply winning awards. He is redefining the rules of the game. The ripple effects of this evening will influence artists, fans, and the industry for years to come, solidifying his legacy as one of the most transformative figures in the history of hip-hop.